Kevin Domingo, national service. Remember I know the Olympic basketball team. You say 6'4", play power forward, center.
You have this nickname, Big Dog. Tell me about where that name came from and who gave you the name and how it got started.
Well, that part of me, basketball career started when I'm in high school, you know. Yeah, we started a very young squad in our first farm, but we were very talented. I'm surrounding myself with some other guys who were talented as well. And at that time, the big dog stick to me because Glenn Robinson was playing with, I think it was Milwaukee Bucks at the time when he just came out of college. It was very impressive, and that time was a unique name. And my game, we kind of fall along the lines of his game.
So something similar to Glenn Robinson.
Yeah, similar to Glenn Robinson, and with the fundamentals of Tim Duncan, you know, and that the other name, the big dog came around.
So you got that name around the mid-90s or late 90s?
Yeah, when in basketball, for we at the time, we at the peak, you know.
Yeah, that's in the height of semi-pro basketball, basically. When semi-pro was kicking up over at the Civic.
Yes, man.
Right, when did you start playing basketball, or when did you first pick up a basketball?
Well, to tell you the truth, honestly, I wasn't a basketball player per se first, you know. I actually started sports. My sport was soccer. You know, I grew up right next to MCC grounds, so I used to always watch all the big pro games, and you know, and that's how I get interested in playing sports. Before sports, I was actually into music, guitar. Then I saw some kids playing in the yard when I was doing some guitar lessons. And I'm like, man, why I just don't go through a whole day at school. I have to go through guitar lessons and I see everybody else, they have fun. And, you know? But at that time, I never aware that music is a fun thing too as well.
Yeah. Music them like work to you.
Yeah. I'm like, then you see all the kids outside, they have fun, and man, I want to have some fun too, man. So I just put that on the side a little, then started getting involved with sports. I was very good at soccer, and I stretched. You know, over the summer, like in 92, 93, so then I started to realize that I done the stretch out big. So I went to Belize Technical College at the time, started seeing these guys playing some, like all the great Fred Hamilton, Speedy, Roshan, I said man like Tuta, Shaba. Then the guys who I used to go watch at the Belize Technical College playing ball in the evening, and I said, man, this is a nice sport. And I said, man, I get me. Many times I don't stretch, you know. But I don't know nothing about the game. I just sit down on the sideline and they pick me from a 5-1. And I realized that, I have a lot more to learn. I had dribble, double dribble, I just travel, and I put me on the side and say, watch your game, man. You know, and so my lessons.
So you got through some growing pains in terms of learning the game.
Yeah, man, but everything worked out in one summer. One summer I dedicated myself to basketball, and they gone from it.
So it's important for make the youths understand that they're not just God-given talent, that you have to put in some work.
Definitely.
Put in some work for learn the game. That not you wake up one morning and decide I want to play ball, and you can play ball. You have to put that dedication and learn the game and put in the practice and put in the repetition.
Yes, man. That's the truth behind everything else, right? If you put in, you get out to put in. If you are somebody who just want to shoot, that's all you want to shoot. But if you don't practice the other elements of the game,
you never improve.
Teamwork, you never improve. You'll be an individual player at any time. You know what? This type of game, call for individuality, it's called for teamwork. You know? And I learned that a long time because most of my victories then are through teamwork. Working with each other, working with your talent and my talent and making it mesh, and then for the better cause or whatever we try to achieve,
Yeah, we talked about we got on last season,
this season,
the chemistry issues, why want to miss the playoffs?
The issue with that is, last season we kind of dysfunctional in our leeway because certain players when we want, they never have access due to the job, they never have, certain men they couldn't work out, the core of the team was at the workout, but the other guys when we really need down the stretch, they weren't available. In the sense they never show up You know, for whatever reason it might be, you know. We had a lot of issues last year, but we don't blame nothing on issues, because at the end of the day, you're not responsible for what we do. So we suck it up, you know, and like I said, we never finished on the note where we want to finish last year, but this year, from the end of the season last year, we started off good, you know. We
Yeah,
had a positive attitude.
The second half of last season was definitely positive. Like, if when we play the entire season, we're going to play the second half.
Yeah, sorry about that, man.
Yeah, so I'm say if one of me able to play the entire season, we're going to play the second half. Then definitely, I feel like
I'm better turnout, like you said, you know. But you know, you got issues that try meshing out before the mid part of the season, and unfortunately, it took us a little longer than we expected. But
to build the chemistry,
we end up on a nice note, and we build off of where we ended up last year. You know, when the tournament ended and we didn't make it in the playoff, we could have been hanging down the head and said, man, whatever, you know. But we decided to stay together. The core of the team, we're enrolled in all tournaments leading up to opening day. You know, and we do very well in most of them, and that kind of set up on the right track where we're right now. You know. So we definitely look for big things this season.
This team, when I look at the roster, it seems to have a lot of scorers. We have Marcelo Roscoe, we have Lennox Bowman, and of course they got Greg Chipper-Redon, who holds the record for scoring in a single game with 52 points. And we also added Michael Babels. Oh, the one thing I'm me for telling the guys, right? The man says his name is pronounced Babels. That's what he said. He says his name is pronounced Babels and not Bubbles.
All right.
So Michael Babels, he was one of the leading scorers last season. So we got a lot of scorers on this team. So what's going to be your role on this 2016 Belize City No Limit squad?
Well, my role for the past few years was, you know, that of a vet. You know, assisting with the younger players and. You know,
so you're
them the ropes,
more of a mentoring role.
Mentoring role there for them, you know. Show them the right way to do things, you know. Hope to get out of situations where they're, you know, they're tested.
Okay.
To sort of speak, you know.
All right, me and you talk a lot of times, and I always tell you when we do an interview, I want to ask you about this story. Well, when we got the way we got the Basketball Hall of Fame or something, and you had
Orlando.
Yeah, tell me about. I don't want to get more details. You tell the story. Tell the story about what got on.
I went to visit my sister in Tampa, and she took me to Orlando, right? So the basketball, what we call basketball mecca, right? And went into the NBA store. My first time there was awesome, a nice experience. I wouldn't stop anybody from going to experience it themselves. What they had, I think, was 12 balls. At the time, it was 12 selected out of the 50 greatest players. And out of the 12, my hand matched up with most of them except for one. But I'm not quite sure if it's, I don't know if it's Shaq or David Robinson. One of them, they had like a couple inch, or like an inch and a half longer than mine. But everybody else, who were like the mega stars, like Jordan, Charles Barkley, you know, Pippen, they all have their ball with their hand printed in it. And I see it was strange to me when I first stepped in and saw it, and I went and I started placing my hand in each ball, and I, wow, you know, and
you know, right there with them.
Yeah, that you know, automatically put me on that. Like, yo, yeah, I could be, you know, it makes you dream, sort of speaking, you know, so it felt good, you know. It boosted up my momentum and my world when it came to ball, you know. And I say, well, part, yeah, they're not much different from me, you know. Exactly. Just the name, you know. So
yeah. All right.
It was a wonderful experience, you know. And that's only when I last one lifetime.
All right. So, you want anything to say to the fans? What's your message to the fans in regards to trying to bring them out this season and supporting No Limit?
Well, if our true fans out there know what we're all about, you know. And for the new fans who want to know what No Limit's about, you should just come out. You know, our game does all the speaking for us. You know, it's the excitement. We got everything. If you want to see a dunk, that's there. If you want to see the 3-pointer, you want to see a shake and bake, it's all in the game. You know, in the context of what you want.
Right.
It's not dictated by the team that comes with, but by what we decide to do, you know, as a team. So if you want fun, it's a bird's eye you should be, you know. And you know, at the end of the day, you know, show love, get love, you know, and we need to show love back and try bring the community back into the sporting facilities them, and you know, take their mind off on all the vibes what they happen out there.
Yeah, low positive vibes and try to support sport and give the youths them a positive outlet.
Yes, man. At the end of the day, so you know, I just not big, but you know, we just encourage people to come out and do something a little different. It's a family atmosphere we always try to bring, you know. And if you can't make it, you know, there's not always the chance that you want to see it on TV, but most of the time they do show it, you know. So
yeah, we'll try to get the pictures and I'll leave video clips and things for the on the internet, but if you're not able to make it to the game, there's other ways of supporting the team, like purchasing t-shirts and stuff like that. We might even get a barbecue sale this year,
so
try to raise some funds. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Alright, so Kevin Domingo, power forward, center, Belize City, no limit.
Yes, man. Give thanks.
El Nino! I want to go with so what do you go ahead and Valeria?
I like when I beat a man and I find out kind of excuse, you know.